Hello, my dear students. In the last class, we were studying about respiration and the two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So, today we can study about respiration in plants and animals. And plants also, like animals, need energy. So, they get energy by the process of respiration. And in plants, respiration takes place throughout all surface of their body. But in animals, they are taking in air through some particular parts in their body. And the respiration rate in plants is slow as it is compared with the respiration rate in animals. And in animals, these gases are transported to a long distances also. So in plants, respiration takes place throughout the surface of their body. So respiration takes place through their root, through their stem and through their leaf. So roots are in contact with the soil. So in between soil, air is present. So the air in the soil is absorbed by the root or enter into the root by the process of diffusion. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is the movement of molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. So the concentration of air is higher outside and it is lower inside the plant. So from outside, oxygen is diffused into the root, and from one cell it is diffused into the next cell. And in stem also, in green stems, they have stomata, and through stomata oxygen is diffused into the green stem. In hard stems, they have some holes called lenticels. So oxygen is diffused into the stem through the lenticels. And in leaves, leaves have holes called stomata, and through the stomata oxygen enters into the leaf, and through stomata carbon dioxide goes out of the leaf. So in plants, they respire, oxygen is taken into their body and carbon dioxide is given out from their body. And at the same time, we know during daytime, photosynthesis also takes place in plants. And in photosynthesis, what happens? Just opposite. They take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So what happens during daytime? During daytime, both respiration and photosynthesis is taking place. So daytime they will be breathing in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. And for at the same time photosynthesis, what happens? They need oxygen. They are not. They are giving out oxygen. So when they give out oxygen during photosynthesis, that oxygen is used up by the plant for respiration, and only some amount of oxygen is given out. And during respiration, plants are giving out carbon dioxide, but that carbon dioxide is used up by the plant for photosynthesis, and that is not enough, so it will take some more carbon dioxide from outside. So what is the net gas exchange during daytime? During daytime, plants are taking in carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen. But during night, what happens? No photosynthesis, only respiration. So what is happening? They are taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. But during daytime, they are taking in carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen. Okay. Then when we look at some other organism, we know earthworm breathe through its moist skin, amoeba through its cell membrane, fish have gills, human beings have lungs and all. And in amoeba, they are breathing through their cell membrane. So they are unicellular organisms. So oxygen from outside is diffused into their cell, and only a single cell, little space. So by diffusion itself, this oxygen will spread inside the cell. So only diffusion is needed to carry oxygen to all parts of the cell. But in multicellular organisms, the body is very big, so diffusion is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirements of their body. So by diffusion alone, oxygen won't reach all the cells of their body because they have many cells, they have a big body. Diffusion is a slow process. For example, if one oxygen molecule from lungs, if it want to reach our toes by the process of diffusion, it is said that it will take about 3 years to reach our toes from our lungs by diffusion. So diffusion is a slow process. So it is not enough in higher organisms. So in our body we have blood circulatory system. And in our, so blood is carrying oxygen to all parts of our body very fast. So in our blood, in the red blood cells, there is a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. So this hemoglobin has a great affinity for oxygen, or it is attracted towards oxygen. So it will bind with oxygen and carry the oxygen very fast to all parts of our body. So in unicellular organisms, diffusion is enough to carry oxygen to all parts of their cell, but in higher organism, diffusion is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirements of their body. So they have a respiratory pigment, hemoglobin, to carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Now when we look at fish, what is the respiratory organ of fish? Respiratory organ of fish is gills. So here the gills are present. So gills are present somewhere here, and here there is an opening called gill slit. So when the fish is swimming through water, water will enter through their mouth, and when this water reaches the gills, oxygen is dissolved in the water. So the oxygen from the water enters into the gills. So blood supply is there in the gills. So the oxygen from the water enters into the blood in the gills. And this blood will carry the oxygen to all the cells in body and respiration take place. Then after respiration, carbon dioxide is formed, that is carried back by blood to the gills. And from this water, oxygen is taken into the gills, and carbon dioxide from the gills is flowing into the water, and that water is passed outside through the gill slit. Water flow get into through the mouth, and it go out through the gill slit. And when water reaches the gills, oxygen from the water enter into the blood in the gills, and carbon dioxide from the blood in the gills enter into the water, and the carbon dioxide rich water will come outside through the gill slit. Okay. So that's why fish is always opening its mouth when it is swimming through the water. And all aquatic animals means those who are living in water. They are breathing the oxygen that is dissolved in the water. And the amount of oxygen dissolved in water is very less when it is compared with the amount of oxygen in our air. So in air, terrestrial animals means those who are living on land. They are breathing the oxygen from air. So in air or outside on land, amount of oxygen is higher than the amount of oxygen that is dissolved in water. So who will breathe faster, aquatic animals or terrestrial animals? Terrestrial animals, when they breathe once itself, they will get lot of oxygen. So they can breathe slowly. But aquatic animals will get less oxygen. So they want to breathe very fast. So when aquatic animals have a higher breathing rate than terrestrial animals. Why? Because the amount of oxygen dissolved in water is less when it is compared with the amount of oxygen that is present outside or present on land. Okay. So in next class we can study about the respiration in human beings. So in part 2 we can we can watch the respiration in human beings. So don't miss it. Watch that video also. Okay, bye.